Let's just go ahead and dive into, I guess, the biggest news so far, the Dawson Merritt flip. And we'll get this out of the way first, then we'll get into the USC stuff. Dawson Merritt is a freak of an athlete who is very, very versatile at what he does. And I'm just going to bring up just a little bit of his film here for you to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. And I won't spend terribly too much time on it because I do have a lot to get into. But with Dawson Merritt, let's go ahead and pull this up real quick. And what we're going to see with Dawson Merritt here in his film is, let me just kind of bring this back here. So one of the things that I like to look for, especially when looking at defensive end film, is first off, you want to see kind of their versatility and how they operate versus different tackles versus different assignments and how they're lined up against, or how that tackle's lined up against them, their nose for the ball, and just their ability to read the play, especially in a 3-3-5. Having a versatile kind of edge rusher linebacker hybrid, of course, is paramount. And having some of these guys that are very versatile, he can drop back in coverage. He can get to the quarterback. He's very good at containing. And let this run just a little bit here. You see he's handsy when he needs to be, right? But he doesn't waste any motion, right? He gets right to the quarterback. We'll let it run here against 72. I watched this one earlier. You see just one little rip through on the inside arm, right? Doesn't get too handsy, but is able to attack. He attacks the outside when he needs to, attack the inside when he needs to. And then you'll see here just dropping back in coverage a little bit, dropping back into his own, and then coming over and making the play and breaking it up and causing a fumble, right? So he attacks the football. He plays through the play. And that's, of course, a couple of things you want to look for is the motor. Do they play through the play? How do they play against these different tackles? How do they play against their competition versus, the competition level? Dawson Merritt, 94 rated 4-star, very, very good player. And I mean, he's going to be a wrecking ball on this defense for Tony White. But you see, this is one of my favorite plays right here. Let me go back to this one. This is the one I was waiting on right here. So I want you to watch his play recognition as he gets downhill on this zone read concept. And not this one. I think it'll come on the next play. But of course, on a zone read, they're reading the defensive end to cue on whether they're going to hand the ball off on the inside or whether they're going to give the ball, or whether the quarterback's going to take the ball. Now I want you to watch this. He does something here subtle. So you're going to see right here. Immediately there that goes. Immediately identifies that it's going to be a zone read, but you'll see a little hesitation. I keep clicking off it. That's my fault. You'll see a little hesitation, and he's going to take a slight step down the line, right? So that way he's already working his way down the line in case this ball gets handed off. So you'll see here, he's not overcommitting, right? Reading that little stutter step down, and now watch how quickly he gets downhill, and watch this running back. Running back's going to see him. Watch him try to get away from him. Runs him down. Tracks him down. Bigger guy tracks down the running back, and you see here, and again, throughout his film, you'll see the ability to have contain, and just those little reads right there. You see it right here. You see it again. It's just having the awareness to take an extra second to let this play develop a little bit so you don't over pursue. And this is what I'm talking about with contains and containing the edges. So you're going to see it right there where he's kind of sitting back on this play, and he's going to let the running back kind of make his move, doesn't over pursue. Let me let this run one more time, and it'll be on the next play. My video player is kind of messing with me. So again, he's going to attack off the edge here. Just that little pause right there, and then gets downhill and gets the running back. Okay, so you kind of see just a little bit of what he brings, just a game wrecker, somebody who's going to be really, really good for this defense. And there's a lot to be excited about, and just kind of shows that there's still belief within the building of what Matt Rule is selling in terms of his recruiting vision. And that hasn't, a lot of recruits haven't lost sight of that. And so Dawson Merritt, again, was a guy that Nebraska wasn't necessarily in these top schools. They worked themselves in late. It was between Bama and Nebraska. And of course, Bama got in early. Bama was the favorite. They got the commitment. And now it's looking like the flip will be coming to Nebraska. So Hayes Fawcett tweeted about an hour before the news of the crystal ball that there was going to be a lot of flips coming in this week. And an hour later, that crystal ball came in. So pretty promising news there about Dawson Merritt. So let me dive into some of your comments here real quick. One thing I do want to point out too, channel memberships are a go. Big Red Loyalist, $2.99, Black Shirt Brigade, $4.99, 5-star connoisseurs at $9.99. And I am giving each of those tiers their own individual perks. Of course, the higher up you go, more perks you'll get. Anything helps, even as much as a view, a comment, a like helps. I do this full time, just so just the memberships will help me out in that regard. But I'm terrible at asking for anything and money and anything. So if you open up the opportunity, I will provide extra content. I will have hangouts with y'all as well, to where we can all kind of go in a group, and I'll bring in former players, guests, etc., and stuff like that. So y'all give me your ideas of what some specific stuff y'all might want on that is. But let me go ahead and dive in here a little bit. Comments. What's going on, Jackson? Appreciate you hopping in here as always. Justin, what's going on, Justin? Dion, what's going on, Dion? Jake, go Big Red. Jake, what's up, man? When can we expect it? When can we expect the flip? That remains to be seen. So we don't have any intel on when we can expect it, but it sounded like, at least with Hayes Fawcett saying there's going to be some flips coming this week, it could potentially be coming this week. Any rejuvenated Kool-Aid drinkers here? You know how it goes. Not me. I'm staying away from that truck. Sub Husker Nation. What's going on, Drizzle Stick? Appreciate you hopping in here as well.